Grizzly 2, The Revenge. Who's getting revenge? We will see. This movie starring George Clooney, Charlie Sheen, and Laura Dern. How'd they get these three to star in a movie? Because it was the 80s, and none of their careers were off the ground yet. And they don't actually star in it. They're actually the first to get killed in it. It's actually starring Steve Inwood, Jonathan Rhys Davies, and Deborah Foreman. I'm not making this up. They just get top. Charlie Sheen, George Clooney, and Laura Dern just get top billing because it wasn't finished till almost 2020, till after 2020, and they were big stars. They're now big stars, and the only names people would recognize in this movie, and so they get top billing. That's a little fun fact about Grizzly 2. It was originally shot in the 80s, but wasn't finished till after 2020. So we start off with this scene of this hunter killing a grizzly cub with CGI blood, and then he shoots the mother in the face, and the mother just rips off her face and reveals she's a Terminator, and then takes a machine gun to the guy. No, it's not that cool. But she does kill the guy. But we don't see her kill the guy. Technically, he's the first death, but we don't see it. And then we go to our heroes. George Clooney, who is barely passable as a human in this movie. His performance is so bad. Even worse than Batman and Robin, if you can believe that. Laura Dern, who does her best with the role. And Charlie Sheen, who you can tell is going to be a star in this movie. Who's going to be a star by his performance in this movie. As they're going camping, and Grizzly finds George Clooney and Laura Dern in the sack and kills them both, and then finds Charlie Sheen coming back to them and then kills him. As I said, they're the first people killed in the movie. Then we meet Steve Inwood, the chief park ranger, telling us there's going to be a big concert in the park, and his other rangers have to act as security guards because there might be 100,000 people there. And he goes out to meet with the chief park ranger, or the person putting on the concert, or putting together the concert, that was set up by the superintendent of the parks. Miss Dagon, or Dragon, I think her name is. Miss Dragon, who was meeting with a senator at the concert. And we also meet Sam, who is the head of bear management. Now, I wonder how you get that job, the head of bear management. Do you make bears dance? Make them ride a unicycle? Balance on balls? I don't know. But she's the head of bear management. And then we see Pete, the second in charge of the park rangers, take our hero, Steve Inwood, out, and they show us the dead bear cub, whose gallbladder has been removed because it's an aphrodisiac apparently, and show us the dead hunter, which we see we now know bear gallbladder is an aphrodisiac. So if you ever kill a bear, eat its gallbladder, and you'll be horny all day for other bears. And then they notify Sam, and Sam tells them to use tranquilizer darts on the bear. Because of how big it is, a bullet might not stop it. That makes me wonder, will a tranquilizer dart stop it? I mean, if a bullet isn't going to stop this damn thing, how is a tranquilizer dart going to stop this damn thing? So then we meet the poachers, and it killed one of them just for taking a leak, because the bear hates penises. And then the other poacher found him, and goes back and tells his brother that he's dead. Even though his brother doesn't move his lips when he's talking, he's a ventriloquist brother and can do those things. And then they decide a bear that big is worth $100,000 in Frisco. So they decide to hunt the bear. So Sam deciding, so our friend Steve Inwood goes to Sam and says, we might need to use bullets on this thing after they find the 3 kids. But Sam says they don't need to use bullets yet. And then they find Pete, the second in command, dead after hunters ambush him and take his rifle. And that's when they decide to bring in Bouchard, a French-Canadian Indian grizzly hunter, who knows bears like the back of his hand, and who's setting bear traps all over the place with rotten meat, and knows the grizzlies. Now we find out this bear is 18 foot tall, but Bouchard wants to handle it on hand-to-hand combat because apparently Bouchard is insane. I don't know. So then we follow them and Bouchard around a little bit. And the trappers are digging pits with spikes in them to trap the bear. But then the poachers turn on each other and kill each other because 4 people with $100,000 is $25,000 apiece. But 2 people with $100,000 is $50,000 apiece. And that's when the bear arrives and kills all of them. Meanwhile, at the concert, we see audition, we see people practicing, we see Stephen's daughter, Chrissy, played by Deborah Foreman, gets a job. We see she breaks up with her boyfriend, who's a singer at the concert, because he just likes to play and laugh and giggle, and I don't know. There's a little storyline there, but I don't pay attention to it. Lots of good acts, lots of good bands. And apparently there's a time vortex there, so that bands from all throughout time can come and play on this stage, with audience members throughout time can come and be in the audience. Yeah, this is a lot of the footage they took from the 80s and from people in current day. Is the concert scenes. So Bouchard is tracking the bear, and the bear shows up at the concert, and for some reason the fireworks start going off, but they start a fire backstage. This is never really explained in the movie. I'm blaming the bear on it, because I think the bear knows the intricacies of fireworks, and so he moved the fireworks around and then set them off. I mean, of course, there'd be a button, but bears have thumbs. I'm now being told bears don't have thumbs. Well, bears have something that they can press a button and move fireworks and set fires. Maybe he has a lighter. Maybe he never listened to Smokey the Bear. Who knows? But I'm blaming the bear. So then Steve Inwood and Sam, the bear management lady, show up, and they almost get killed by fireworks. And then Bouchard shows up, firing his rifle at the bear. And then Steve Inwood tries to drive a forklift into the bear. But the forklift dies while it reaches the bear, and the bear just goes back and knocks over the forklift. So then Bouchard jumps on the back of the bear with his lasso and starts stabbing it in the back with his tomahawk. And the bear just goes vet and throws Bouchard into a spike. So then Steve Inwood runs up behind this electrified area where it's danger, electricity, and the bear runs into it and fries himself. And that is the end of Grizzly 2. This is actually a decent little movie. if you remember the whole time vortex thing, and you don't go in with high hopes, and it's not that long. It's got some good concerts in it. It's got this one band with this guy, with this drummer. It just looks like your average history teacher. I don't know the name of that band. And it's entertaining. So you don't get to see any of the deaths, which is kind of disappointing. So go watch Grizzly 2 and see George Clooney give possibly the worst performance on film. It's on Netflix. And join me next week where we will talk about on a wrestling show. What should we talk about? I don't know. We're going to talk about Jerry Lawler's heart attack in the ring. That's what we're going to talk about. I'm going to put that in my notes as soon as I end this thing. Jerry Lawler's heart attack in the ring. And the next week's movie, we're getting into Halloween season. It's going to be a month of horror. We're going to do Necrophiles 3000. I told you I was going to do it. We're doing it next week. Necrophiles 3000. So join me next week.